Hey, before we get started on this video, I just wanted to say that next week there won't be a new episode of Better Call Saul. So, I took a 1 week vacation basically, and now that's catching up here on YouTube. So, we will be back in 2 weeks with Season 4, Episode 3. So, just a quick announcement before we get started. Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Better Call Saul. Last time on Better Call Saul, we had Smoke. Dealing with the aftermath of Chuck's death, pretty much, I mean, Jimmy figured out that Chuck had relapsed and ended up killing himself. And yeah, pretty much Howard kind of figured that out too. And he blames himself due to the insurance thing that came up at HHM. And so yeah, he blames himself for what happened, and Jimmy's response is, well, sucks to suck. And then he started whistling, so that's one way to respond to that. Yeah. Meanwhile, Nacho is he almost got away with the whole pill exchange thing. However, Victor saw him toss the pills into the river and has also put a tracker on Nacho's van, so Gus will now be informed about that. And then Mike went and he went to Madrigal. He went to work as a security consultant for some reason. Maybe he was bored. I don't know, but yeah. Was there anything else? I feel like there was something else that I'm not thinking about. Oh well. I mean, I guess, so seeing on the Netflix description, Nacho also met with Juan Bolsa. Everything is to continue even without Hector. But they are worried because it's Salamanca territory, but you don't have a Salamanca, which is difficult. So yeah. Anywho, why don't we just go ahead and jump right into this episode of Better Call Saul. Here we go. Hector. This is the doctor, right, that Gus always goes to? He's doing his examination in secret, which is interesting.
But whether he will wake up and understand what's going on around him, there's no way of knowing.
That's unacceptable.
I can think of no better judgment on this man.
I didn't ask about that.
Isn't this what he deserves?
I decide what he deserves.
Ugh. Yeah.
No one else.
Ugh. And especially not Nacho Varga.
Oh, did I wake you with the noise?
No, not at all.
I totally didn't I?
No, I was getting up.
I'm sorry. I've
Eventually.
got job interviews lined up. I wanted to get an early jump. I'm starting down south, office manager interview in Polvidera.
That's what he was
working my way
doing.
up north to Algodones.
That's what he had in the newspaper
Jimmy,
last time.
You know, you can take some time off.
Why wait? I don't want unemployment hanging over my head, and we could use another paycheck. And
You're not going to that meeting?
nah, if there's anything important, Howard knows how to find me.
I think he's trying to get away from any sort of grief he might have. And I'm sure he has some. Take your damn money back.
Puedes quedarte con eso.
He doesn't want that.
Nadie viene por él.
¿Y cuándo va a terminar esto para ti?
En eso ando trabajando.
That machine was almost too good. Counterfeiters used it to make phony $5 bills.
What?
Yeah.
That's not right.
Jimmy used to do
we got a
that.
lot of
That's
hardware
funny.
over here. Hummels.
Yes. Those were Alma's. She loved collecting the little things. God rest her soul.
Yeah, I knew a lady. Same way.
Ah, says here you were a lawyer. Up until not that long ago. What changed?
Well, you know why God made snakes before he made lawyers? He needed the practice.
I needed the practice. Yeah.
And that's look, being a lawyer, my job was sales. I was selling the judges, I was selling the juries. Sometimes I was selling the clients to take the best deal from a series of bad options, but every hour of every day I was convincing, persuading, I was selling.
I mean, yeah, he's like,
I hear what you're saying.
he's pretty good for
And
that.
we have a lot of high-ticket items, and yeah, we're gonna put our heads together, have a decision in, say, about a week or so.
I'll let you know then.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
Great.
Well, I think they have reservations about it. Is he gonna go back? No. Well, Jimmy, don't botch this up, man.
It's gonna take some time and consider your options, but maybe we can settle this right now. There's a thing that we all know called opportunity
He needs
cost.
a job.
The time
Now.
you spend looking for none of them will have the connection to your machines that I do. None. I worked in the mailroom. I know how important the copy machine is. Deadlines, last minute changes. And I was in there. I was clearing paper jams. I was cleaning ink off gears and rollers, trying to figure out where the mystery streaks were coming
This
from.
is him. This is how he sells.
I
This
was
is
down on my hands and knees. That is a healthy, strong heartbeat. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. That is a healthy business. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. That is a successful business.
I mean, he literally
And that's what
knocked
we're
on a
selling.
door and is giving a sales pitch.
Jimmy, welcome to the team.
Hey.
Really?
Damn right.
You guys are like a couple of cats. I come in, wave a shiny object around you, like, I want that. No due diligence, no background check. No, just hire the guy that says them fancy words. I could be a serial killer. I could be a guy who pees in your coffee pot. I could be both.
So you're not taking the job?
No, I'm not taking the job. Suckers.
Thought he had You thought this place had integrity. That was a test, and you failed. Neff.
Yeah, I can be there. You let her know. Yeah. All right, baby.
Is he in
Time to
trouble?
get you back to your mama.
5 more minutes?
Oh, honey, come on.
Please.
5 minutes.
That's how long you
You're
have.
on the clock.
Where are we meeting?
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Madrigal Electromotive.
Straight down the hall. Listen to your room on your left.
Thank you.
Oh, this isn't like a museum? It's a funky place to work.
Oh, good. Take a seat.
Is he in trouble?
I'm just looking for an explanation.
I'm on your books as a security consultant. If I show my face in your warehouse, it makes for a better cover story. Anyone
That's
ever
true.
asked if I was there? I was.
If Walt never went
Plus,
to
you
the
had a
car
few things
wash.
that needed correcting, so consider it a bonus.
That's not the point. This is meant to be a paper transaction. You sit at home, and we pay you. Your own money. Doing what you did, the way you did it, raises the threat of exposure.
The way I see it, it lowers the threat. Like I said, now there's a face to the name that cashes the check.
I mean,
So,
I don't think either of them are wrong, honestly.
what's your plan then?
Madrigal has 8 terminals in the Southwest. 1 down, 7 to go.
At the moment, you have Gus Fring's respect. I'd want to keep that if I were you.
You pissed her off. I mean, at least now you're not going to be blindsided by it. Oh, hello.
Okay, well, our staff can help with the database whenever you're ready to pull records, but I'm available anytime. If you have any questions.
Thank you. Again, I don't want to step on toes. We can co-manage care if you like. We can...
No. He's all yours.
Thank you.
I am out of here. These two have been staring at me all day. They have the best acting job in the world. They just get to show up in a suit and stand there.
Are you the family?
Take that as a yes.
¿Ustedes son familia?
Sí.
Oh, God.
Hijos.
Nuestro tío.
Quiero decirles que su tío está recibiendo excelente
Interesting.
atención aquí en la place. Pero vamos a intentar algo un poco diferente.
You know, they never talk about Hector's
Cuando el
siblings.
cerebro se daña.
When did they get here?
Don't worry. We're still running things.
Boy, Arturo doesn't give a shit. So,
Hablen.
back at you, man. I didn't know you did talk. You're up first.
Nadie quiere meterse con los Salamancas. Nadie.
No one. It's an easy acting job for him, too. Anything else? You know, we don't really talk a lot. Maybe news about Tuco?
Va a superar esto. Y estar más fuerte que nunca.
Now is not a good time.
I'm in town. I can easily meet wherever is convenient.
Assume this is a secure line.
I spoke with your security contractor.
You gotta rat him
Explained
out.
the situation.
Do his reasons matter?
They do if he's unreliable.
He is reliable.
So I'm just supposed to let him keep stealing my employees' badges. I don't know where he's going to turn up next, what disruption is going to cause, what mess I'm going to have to clean up. This isn't something I want to spend my time worrying about.
Then I suggest you give the man a badge.
Gus has other problems. We've never seen Gus so stressed, you know? Oh, HHM. Which at this point is just H.
Howard suggested, and of course I agree, that it would be the right thing for Jimmy to go through whatever survived and take whatever he wants. I mean, anything with sentimental value.
We can set up a time.
If
The
he
estate
wants
can
that.
provide a truck and storage for anything he chooses to keep.
That's okay. Jimmy doesn't want any of it.
No.
You sure? I think the garage is pretty intact, except for some water damage.
He doesn't want it. Thank you.
Ugh. God, Kim has to
Okay.
come deal with
I
this.
understand. Once that's done, we can disperse his share of the estate.
Let me guess. 4,000?
5.
Ooh. 5.
It's what you give when you want to cut someone out of a will but not have it contested. Just enough money to show the recipient wasn't forgotten.
Why does she have to deal with this?
What were you thinking when you came to Jimmy on the day of his brother's funeral and laid that shit on him? That Chuck killed himself? What's wrong with you?
Oh, shit.
I thought I owed it to Jimmy to tell him.
Owed it to him. Did you owe it to Rebecca? You tell her your theory? I guess you just saved that one for Jimmy.
Kim, I didn't do it to hurt Jimmy.
No, you did it to make yourself feel better.
That's
To
not
make
what I was trying
yourself
to do.
feel better by unloading your guilt.
Damn.
Who cares what it does to Jimmy, right? As long as Howard Hamlin is okay.
Kim, I don't think that's fair.
Fair?
Ooh.
Let's talk about fair.
Oh, God. You never want this
Hey,
woman
let's
mad
let
at you.
Jimmy dig around the fire-damaged wreck where his brother died screaming. And then let's let him pick up a keepsake or two. That is so fair. Oh, what's this, too, huh, Howard? What's in this? One last screw you, little brother, from beyond the grave? Am I really supposed to do this to him?
All right, Kim. What can I do to make it better?
Nothing.
Nothing. God, everybody says that.
There is nothing you can do.
I think she's tired of hearing that. Oh. God, those aren't thick walls. We know that. Well, I still feel bad for Howard. The guy, he just keeps getting thrown into this.
One of the classic movie channels is showing White Heat without interruption. The other is showing Jaws 3 with commercials, so real Sophie's choice.
It is Jaws 3D, to be exact.
Don't show him the
Cagney wins
letter.
this one.
I'm not available at the moment. Leave a message.
Hey, it's me. Listen, I got something for you. It's a job. I think you're really gonna like this. So, call me.
Called Mike. What the hell's he doing?
Take the 5 or leave with nothing.
Oh.
Do you want to go?
Well, Nacho's gonna back him up.
That's how you do it. We had them pissing their pants.
I don't think he did. Uh-oh. Oh no, are they gonna kill him? Oh shit, that was Gus doing that too. Oh man. No, Arturo.
The Salamancas, they do not. Look at me. From now on, you are mine.
Shit, how do you film something like that? Oh, Nacho, you are in some shit. Oh my gosh. Nacho's in a lot of shit. Lot of shit. He is in trouble. I mean, this is the absolute angriest we've ever seen Gus. He's furious. Absolutely 10,000% furious. Oh, man. Poor Arturo. Poor Arturo. Oh, alright. Let's talk. I guess we'll group these together. Let's start. Gus. Gus is absolutely furious because it's his revenge. Not anyone else's. It's his revenge. He will decide when Hector dies. Certainly not a young upstart like Nacho. And now, I mean, the good news is we know. You know, we know what will happen. Hector will become aware again. And eventually, eventually Gus will attempt to kill him. All for that to explode in his face. Quite literally. So, there is at least that. But at the moment, he is absolutely furious. And even if this is, good, this does hurt him, it's not Gus's plan, He stopped Mike for a reason. And now, Nacho. Nacho is low-key one of my favorite characters on this show. Just everything that's happened. Like, he's a very interesting main character because, like, it's an interesting thing because he's always been a main character, you know? He's always been in the main cast. So, it's fascinating watching his story play out. Because when this show starts, there's two main characters. There's Jimmy and there's Mike. But Nacho has sort of taken on his own sort of plotline. If anything, he's now taken on the role of subplot, you know? Even though it's kind of more intense than the current plot, which is Jimmy gets a job, you know? But where our sort of A-B plot was Jimmy and Mike, now the A-B plot is Jimmy and Nacho, you know? Like, Mike, we're just kind of, like, I don't know, like, I guess I'm sort of waiting on Mike to get involved with one of the other plots, you know? Either he'll get involved with Jimmy or he'll get involved with this Nacho plot, you know? But man, Nacho, it's just such an interesting thing to watch, you know? And just from the beginning when he's, you know, when you first see him and he's, you know, like talking down Tuco, you know? Nacho's just such an interesting character. And then you put him with Hector and now Nacho's in such deep shit now with Gus. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I liked him going to his dad, you know? It's over. And the dad promptly gives the money back, you know? And he takes it. Because, yeah, he doesn't want that money. He does not want that money. Oh, boy. And then the whole thing of, you know, when is it over for you, Nacho? Ignacio? We don't know. We don't know. I mean, you go to Breaking Bad, he is referenced, you know? Saul does reference Ignacio in his first episode. So, him and some guy named Lalo. Whoever that is. Anyway. But yeah. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. And then I love the twins showing up. Honestly, you know, the twins are so intimidating, but at the same time, I just love when these two bastards just show up and stand somewhere, you know? And I swear this is the first time they've ever talked, you know? I swear they never talked in Breaking Bad, but that was interesting. One of them talked. And then yeah, the whole thing of... Now, that was interesting. I don't think I ever realized this. That Hector is their uncle. But they are specifically Tuco's cousins, which means Hector has two other siblings, you know? Like, it's something I, like, actually thought about, like, oh yeah, like, we never hear about, like, Tuco's parents, you know? Like, if he has a dad or a mother who maybe was part of this, you know? Because it is the Salamanca family that is a part of this cartel. But you never hear about anyone other than Tuco, Hector, and then the twins. But by that, he has to have two siblings, which is interesting. So, yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, they're gonna... That was an interesting scene, just them trying to talk to Hector and stuff. And then, yeah, just at the end, you know, Nacho was playing the part, but nope. And man, the fact that it was Gus, too, Gus being the one who killed Arturo, suffocated him, you know? With zip ties and everything, like, that's when you know that shit's going down when Gus himself kills someone, like at the top of season 4 when he kills Victor, although there it was all calm and everything in that moment when he's just get back to work, like he's mad, yes, but he's not about to let Walt and Jesse beat him, But yeah, but here, he is absolutely furious, and he is holding it in, And now, he knows what Nacho did. He knows what Nacho did, but the Salamancas don't. So now, Gus owns Nacho. And Nacho is just in a lot of shit now. A lot of shit. Oh, boy. Meanwhile, the other stuff this episode, the other stuff which is not nearly as intense, well, in some forms. Let's talk Mike. Mike is he's going to do his job, because it'll be less of a threat. You put a face to the name, I get it. I understand Lydia. I do understand her concerns. But part of it is Lydia's always been paranoid, She's always been completely paranoid. So I understand her concern, but both of what they both say makes sense. What Lydia says and what Mike says. It makes sense, You put a face to the name, it doesn't really become suspicious. But if you show up, then that could be. And of course, Lydia, like, this is the worst time to go ask Gus for an opinion, Because Gus he's in the middle of all of this and he's furious and he does not have the time to deal with this. And it's like, well, just get him a badge. Like, make him official, Just make him official. So. But yeah, so Mike is going to go to the other 7 facilities. He's going to do his job. And I get it. I do understand it. It's the same sort of thing, if Walt in Breaking Bad, he has the car wash, but he never shows up. No, he shows up, Which, I guess you could almost say, it's the same thing that Gus does, Because with Gus, he's the owner of Los Pollos Hermanos, but he goes to those locations, They say in Breaking Bad, he could be at any of the Los Pollos stores across, New Mexico and Nevada, And his office is specifically in Albuquerque as well. So, yeah, it is a thing. It does make sense to actually go to work, So I get it. But I also get Lydia's concerns. Then we have Jimmy going out for a job. I do like that he displays his, salesmanship. Is that right? I guess just his showmanship of sales, He absolutely sells them on hiring him. But it was a test, and they failed. Presumably, if he had gone through all that and they were like, well, Jimmy, it's great. Things are looking good for you. We're thinking about that, but, we still got to consider some people. We need to go over some things, but things are looking pretty good for you. If they had done that and then called him the next week, I think Jimmy would have been okay with that. But he tested them. He tested them, and they failed because they were just going to take him right off the street, So, that was interesting. But it is one of those things of okay, what is the A plot in this, Because oh, Jimmy's getting a job. Well, all right. That's fine, but it's I don't know. I don't want to say it's filler or anything because it's not, but it's when the B plot is Nacho and Gus and the Salamancas and just him getting further and further into this and just everything just going worse and worse for Nacho, it's kind of off-putting for the A plot to be Jimmy goes and finds a job, I don't know. And then we have Kim. Kim just blowing up at Howard and And yeah, it's a really interesting thing because it's like, you know, we kind of said like, oh, well, Howard is now going to be shouldering this guilt for everything. But yeah, the whole thing of like, Kim, it makes sense. Like, you know, why did you do this? Like, you can have your theory, but keep it to yourself, you know? Like, why give Jimmy this theory that Chuck killed himself, you know? Like, that is just so terrible. And, yeah, and her just going off, like, you know, and Howard, you know, saying, like, you did that to make yourself feel better, you know? So you could unload your guilt on someone else, you know? And, yeah, I understand that. And just her, I mean, look, Ray Seahorn is amazing. She, honestly, Kim, like, it's so hard to decide who's my favorite character on this show because we already have Jimmy and Mike, and they were some of my favorite characters from Breaking Bad, but you add on great characters like Kim, Chuck, Nacho, even Howard, you know, like, he doesn't do as much, but even Howard I would throw up there, and Gus, you have to put Gus up there as well, but just doing all of that, and it's like, I think Kim may be my favorite character, maybe, but she is just so phenomenal. And yeah, just the fact when she just goes off, it's like, Jesus Christ, this woman is scary, you know? Like, that is absolutely, I mean, Kim getting visibly angry is as scary as Gus Fring getting visibly angry. Like, I feel like I did something wrong, and I didn't. I'm just the a-hole who's watching the show, but I feel like I did something wrong because she is just yelling, and it's just, oh, it's terrifying. And that, I mean, that's like worse than anything. Like, getting told off by Kim, that's horrible. And yeah, now Howard has to live with that. It's basically, he was trying to ease the guilt of Chuck's suicide, and Kim just went and was like, oh yeah, motherfucker? I'm gonna make you feel 10 times worse than you already did, you bastard. I still feel bad for Howard. I do kind of agree with what Kim was saying, but at the same time, because Howard, I mean, yeah, that's a mistake, but Howard, because he's always been sort of the one pulled into all of this, you know? But yeah, that was pretty bad what he did. And I didn't even think about that last episode, you know? So yeah. And then the whole thing with the letter, you know, she's not going to show that to Jimmy. As she said, a one last screw you, little brother, from beyond the grave. So yeah, that was crazy, and sure enough, she didn't show that. She didn't give him the letter. And then Jimmy called Mike. That was strange. Jimmy called Mike and was like, hey, I got a job for you, and I think you're going to like it. Like, okay. And he was looking at the little figure from that office, and it's like, what are you doing, Jimmy? What are you doing? What are we doing here, you know? But we'll find out. I'm sure we'll find out. But yeah, that is basically it. Great episode, and I can't wait to see where we are going next time. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Better Call Saul reactions, as well as another playlist for all of my Breaking Bad reactions if you want to go check those out. Oh god, excuse me. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.